Get to some of the lyrics, so let's start off with that, right? Now we have, sorry, we have no idea about production credits right now. We'll probably get that soon. Some producer is gonna throw it up saying I produced it. We'll figure out sample information and stuff like that in a few, but apparently this is the lyrics as we're speaking on it. And by the way, let me pull up the chat because I was really about to go into a first topic, and then you guys was like, yo, cold drop. So I appreciate you guys for that. My mic is low. Sorry. Okay. All right. So, okay. Forget the chorus, but the verse starts out like this. Young Jermaine walked straight and narrow, straight and narrow, not straight arrow or straight and arrow. Minimum wage jobs for the dinero, but still my mind was on the zeros. I fiend for the perks that was seen flipping birds. So we was skipping church, but my eyes was on the spare robes. Niggas flipping pies, spending thousands on the pier road. Okay, yeah, I think these lyrics, it's too early, so I think some of this lyrics is being transcribed incorrectly. Let's just jump to verse 2 where he's addressing the stuff that we clearly care about. Benjamin Button, cold flows reverses time. I like that line. To find deliveries, good as mine, you gotta search primes. I'm scaling heights higher than birds that can perch, trying to be something, hoping that peace come to my cursed mind. One thing's for sure, I matured from my first rhyme. I learned on the go, you can't please them all, and it hurts trying. In this game, where all you got is your name, like Dirk, I'm smirking at niggas trying to besmirch mine. Observe times with, so you search lines, but you struggle with, which explains the puzzled look on the, okay, that's not finished yet. I hate when raps become, but like do not disturb signs. Can't knock it if I see it. Can't knock if I see it's about the dough. They instigate fuckery because it's profitable. But second stop the violence. What? I pulled the plug. What? What the fuck? Did this put my name in this? I pulled the plug because where Ak was about to go. What the fuck? J. Cole did not say this at all. All right, hold on. Let me just go to this. Yo, they fucked up that shit. He did not say my name. He said, I seen where that was about to go. They wanted blood. They wanted clicks to make their pockets grow. They see fire in my pen and they think I'm dodging smoke. I would have lost. I think he said I wouldn't have lost the battle. I would have lost a bro. I would have gained a foe, and all for what? Just to attain some more props from strangers who don't know what I've been aiming for? Yeah, these lyrics aren't correct yet.
Go. They wanted blood, they wanted clicks to make their pockets grow.
It's interesting because he says, I wouldn't have lost the battle, I would have lost a bro. Now, I'm still saying to that line, like, dude, yo, J. Cole, are you a man? Your bro just included you in a diss when you shouted him out. You said, we the big three like we started the league. You said, yo, right now it's me, K-Dot and Drake. You literally were shouting the guy out. Right? Of course you're popping your shit saying you think you're the best, but you shouted the dude out. Then he goes on a song right after and says, fuck the big three and disses you. Why do you have to apologize to that guy? I'm like so puzzled. Right? So when he says yeah, I wouldn't have lost the battle, I would have lost the bro. I'm like, okay, I get it, because now he's talking about where that would have went to, right? And he said, and all for what? Just to attain more props from strangers. Yeah, right here. He says, why would I call around to try to get dirt on niggas? Y'all thinking my life is rap? That's whole shit. I got a son to raise, but I could see you don't know nothing about that. Right? So Kendrick in Euphoria was accusing Drake of, kind of doing that, or at least this, he was letting people know that that's what he wasn't doing, right? So maybe that first part of that line goes towards Drake, right? Or I don't know, maybe it goes towards Kendrick, because if you do think about this, who looks like they had more dirt on each other? It looked like Kendrick had it. Kendrick had Ozempic motherfucking prescriptions, shirts from Drake or Drake's dad or whoever the fuck case is. It appears that Kendrick had some dirt on Drake, some information he didn't know. You get what I'm saying? So that would be, it's hard to know who that line is going at. If it means I got to dig up dirt, I think the second part kind of seemed like it's going at Kendrick, right? We're not going at Kendrick, but referring to maybe how Kendrick played it. And pay a whole team of algorithm bot niggas just to sway the whole thing. Again, I've told you this, whether you want to believe me or not. PG told y'all. I found out that when I reacted favorably to Kendrick stuff, they would clip it, and Kendrick's team would send it to other blogs to be like, look, the biggest Drake fan, even he's saying that we're killing this nigga. You get what I'm saying? And that's smart. Like, that's a really shrewd thing to do. How could we put out the perception that we're winning? Now, granted, we're talking about before Not Like Us. Because I think before Not Like Us, it felt like it was a jab, 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 hook, right? Like, it was pretty close. And obviously everybody took on to Not Like Us. But before Not Like Us, it definitely was one of those situations, right? And the narrative did matter. And from what I could, for a whole team of algorithm bot niggas just to sway the whole thing. Yeah, that seems to be, maybe he's not getting at Kendrick, but he's talking about a tactic that Kendrick used. And again, my argument would be, I think you kind of have to look at this battle and say that tactic that Kendrick used is probably going to be the now new normal for beefs to come in the future for niggas who are lyrical. You have to control the conversation, not only the musical conversation. You got to control the narrative. You got to have some memes. You got to have some shit going on in the ecosphere to make people already want to laugh at or clown or discredit the other person, right? So it says, if I got to dig up dirt and pay a whole team of algorithm bot niggas just to sway the whole thing on social media, competing for your favorite favorite what?
Niggas just to sway the whole thing on social media, competing for your favorable memes.
For your favorable. Yo, who write these lyrics? For your favorable meme. And the thirst of being first that made them both swing. Protecting legacy, so lines got crossed, perhaps regrettably. My friends went to war and I walked away with all their blood on me. Now some will discredit me trying to wipe away my pedigree, but please find a nigga that's rapping this incredibly. That's interesting how, that's his breakdown of the whole thing, that he believes Drake and Kendrick swung on each other for maybe multiple reasons. But one of the reasons would be, it was also a legacy thing. He says protecting legacies, so lines got crossed. But he talks about the thirst of being first that made them both swing. I don't think that's why Drake swung. I know for a fact that ain't why Drake dissed him. Now, I think that's applicable for Kendrick. I think Kendrick knew at some point if he was going to have the impact on this era and maybe reverse the last decade of dominance by Drake, but you can't erase it, but maybe add a asterisk to it. He was gonna have to square off or square up with Drake. I don't think Drake ever wanted to square up with Kendrick. Why? I don't think he ever had a problem with Kendrick. It's hard for the guy who's at number one to be like, no, let me fight number 2. I think for the last 6 years, Drake has been rapping about people who aren't on the field. He's talking about Michael Jackson. He's talking about niggas who are at this point, with all due respect, love Mike, but fictional characters because they're not here. They're not alive. They're not even currently in the game rapping. Like, even if he talks about, like, Hove to a certain extent, like, Hove isn't really an active rapper. So I haven't seen Drake compare himself with the field at all. I think he's been on, like, LeBron chasing Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. Obviously, he passed that point lead, but it's like, I don't think LeBron goes into a season and says, yo, I got to play better than KD this year. I think LeBron goes into the season and says, yo, Mike got 6, I got to get to 6. Mike got 6, I got to get to 6. And that's why I kind of disagree with that part. I think that's applicable for Kendrick. Kendrick needed this moment to have that confrontation with Drake and come up victorious, that his legacy could be looked at as differently, because let's be very clear, this was the era of Drake. From 2010 on, it was been the era of Drake. Now, has Kendrick always been like a close second? Cool, but like it, again, by most metric or whatever, you know, if we're looking overall, not just like one category or like who's dropped like the most like lyrical miracle, whatever, we would just say it's Drake's era, right? I think this was needed for Kendrick. Now, why did Drake respond? Part of that was legacy. I think he always wanted to be the consummate MC that don't duck challenges, that don't pick and choose. And when I mean pick and choose, obviously within his realm, right? Because obviously he has done some picking and choosing. Don't respond to Joe Budden, but you're looking at Joe Budden like, yo, if I rap back and forth with you, I'm going to put your career on like a huge pedestal that I don't intend to do. Right? As opposed to somebody who's within the same realm as you, you'll rap all day with them. But if you're number 1, you could easily ignore them. Like, Drake could have easily ignored the Like That record. Instead, he thought he was getting baited for 10 years by this guy. And he was just, and he said it. He said, yo, he told me that. He said, yo, Ak, you could tell everybody. Tell that nigga to drop his music. I've heard he had a song. Tell him to drop. So, I will say Drake did it for his legacy, but I don't think it was the thirst to be first. I don't think at all Drake tried to or engage in a rap battle with Kendrick because he wanted to be acknowledged as number 1. I think he's thought he's ran away with the number 1 title ever since like 2017, 2018. Once Scorpion dropped, it was like over. Okay, game over. We'll catch you niggas in another lifetime. Right? Okay, cool. So he says, my friends went to war and I walked away with all their blood on me. This is a really clever line. Wait, before we get to that. So after he says, I understand the thirst of being first that made them both swing, protecting legacy so lines got crossed, perhaps regrettably. I don't believe I don't know if either or Drake or Kendrick look back at the battle and say, damn, I wish I didn't go there with this guy. Either way, I think what this showed us is that they really had some disdain for each other. Dies and their blood is on you. Brother, this is how it basically went, right? One nigga sent a bomb to y'all country. And then the other nigga, you shot in the air. And as soon as nigga said, is that J. Cole shooting in the air? What's up, nigga? You just threw your gun away. Nigga, you ain't got nobody blood on you, nigga. Like, you quit the war before you even started. J. Cole the type of nigga who just shoot in the air, man. He ain't shoot nobody. So anyway, clever line. I like the line, but I don't think that's applicable, bro. You walked, because he's acting like my friends went to war and I walked away with all their blood on me, like he's affected. No, nigga. Actually, people like we know your demeanor. Wouldn't even give a fuck if you didn't respond. We just care that you responded and apologized. Like, this is how little the expectation is for you, because we think you're just a peaceful guy who's friends with everybody. And we watched for 10 years Drake rock you to sleep on stage by hugging you like a little schoolgirl and telling you it's okay to be number 3. And you accepted that for 10 straight years. So when Kendrick started talking about, yo, fuck the big 3, I'm snatching chains and burning tattoos, and he's talking aggressive, we didn't even expect you to respond. We just assumed that you were just going to stay silent. We were shocked when you responded. So we're like, oh, all right, let's go. Well, let's get it on then. And then when you apologize, that's what people got at you for. Nobody cared if you engage. You engage and apologize. That's the problem. Anyway, says so, now someone discredit me trying to wipe away my pedigree. Have we discredited J. Cole? Me, no. I still listen to First Person Shooter. I love his verses on there. I just realized that, some people feel like there's a quintessential aspect of being an MC, of being a rapper's rapper, which is the art of battling. And I've realized that J. Cole is not that. J. Cole is not good at confrontations. J. Cole is not good at, perceived negativity, which usually rap battles get into negativity and mudslinging. That's not him. So I've never discredited you. I've discredited your, like Skip Bayless would be like your killer instinct. I don't think you have a killer instinct. So while you'll be able to rap with anybody that holds the throne, I don't think you have the demeanor to snatch the throne. Because this is hip hop. No one will ever peacefully give you the throne. You're going to have to take it. You're going to have to remove somebody from the throne. That's how it goes. And your demeanor is not that. Okay? He said, well, please find a nigga that's rapping this incredibly. I'll give him that. I do think he's rapping incredibly. My dog texted me. I'll share words he said to me. If you refuse to shoot a gun, don't mean that gun ain't deadly. Like that line too. Some people feel like Nas texted him this. I text him back. Like, I guess a gun ain't what I'm trying to be, my nigga. They stripped me off my spot. I guess some people say he shouldn't. Yeah, I did say, fuck this. This nigga do not belong in the big 3. Just put him on like an island. Yeah, I did say that. Not me, many people in the culture too. They stripped me on my spot. Now I'm finally free, my nigga. They say I'm picking sides. Don't try to lie on me, my nigga. Trying to start another war? Hey, Drake, you'll always be my nigga. Now, this is interesting. This told me a lot. This is a loaded statement. This told me that I think Drake is giving him some type of energy. Drake with his whole no new friend shit, even though he's been saying that for a long time. Ain't it ironic? Drake got like 5 songs saying no new friends, no friends in the industry, no this, fake love. And Drake was indulging in these relationships that were all based on fake friendships and fake love. Like, that got to be ironic. Like, come on. Like, I feel like he finally learned that these guys are not your friends. After making 20 songs basically saying, they not your friends. But I guess somehow you still expect them to be your friends, right? Anyway. He says, they say I'm picking sides and try to lie on me, my nigga, to start another war. Hey, Drake, you'll always be my nigga. I feel like he says that. He doesn't say Kendrick's name in the song at all. But he also said that, he basically affirmed that Kendrick is his friend as well, right? He said he wasn't trying to make Kendrick a foe. This felt like a nigga who would say some shit like that. Like, Drake ain't talking to him right now. Not that Drake is like unfollowed him, which he hasn't, or, Drake is like saying fuck you, but Drake is just kind of maybe a little bit more reserved with him. Maybe not showing that same energy of, oh, we best friends, let's hug on stage like we normally do. It feels like this was a line to say, yo, Drake, even if we don't talk again, Drake, even if you feel a way about XYZ and you mad at me, it's okay. You always be my nigga. Right? Don't it feel like that? Somebody said, I said he picked Kendrick's side. Yeah. Yes. And Here's the thing. I'm going to just keep saying this about this whole picking sides shit. Now, granted, this battle didn't get violent, okay? And I'm glad. But what we do got to be honest about and be very clear about, Drake has every right to feel like you niggas is fake or you niggas is weird, especially in the aftermath of a situation he just had with this guy. Yo, if me and you were on a song, just dapping each other up, talking about we the Spider-Man meme, this and third, and a Negro just called me a pedophile 40,000 times in the biggest song in the world, if you really don't want none of this smoke, you shouldn't, just fall back. Not only from him and me, but fall back from the niggas who's close to him. Because that's a sign of almost agreeing with some of what the main guy said. So I do think it's easily interpreted that his moves since the battle seems like he's sympathetic or he's on the side of Kendrick Lamar. So they say I'm picking sides. Don't try allowing me, my nigga, to start on the war. Hey, Drake, you'll always be my nigga. So I guess he's trying to assure Drake. Yo, Drake, I know you mad, but you always be my nigga. I ain't ashamed. And this is right here. This one line in microcosm is what he did for the whole 5 minutes on stage when he was talking about Kendrick and apologizing. I ain't ashamed to say you did a lot for me, my nigga. Again, the demeanor that's coming off here is that he is acknowledging Drake might feel a way about something he did. It's no way him and Drake are just laughing like, yo, Cole, I love you, brother. No way. No way. That's why he says, you'll always be my nigga. He's like talking to somebody who's mad at him. I ain't ashamed to say you did a lot for me, my nigga. Fuck all the narratives. Tapping back into your magic pen is what's imperative. Now, I couldn't tell if this was he says, fuck all the narratives. Tapping back into your magic pen is what's imperative. Now, that might just be a general statement, but if he was talking to Drake, I will say, I do think Drake's pen got better. Like, I know a lot of people criticize the Hard Part 6, but I thought Drake stepped up his rapping a bit. And we're talking about after push-ups. I love TaylorMade, even though, it aged horribly. TaylorMade, we're not talking about Buried Alive Part 2 or whatever. TaylorMade, Family Matters, like, shit. That shit was crazy. Like, Family Matters is a really good song. That middle beat, like, Drake absolutely fucking snaps. And I'm gonna be honest with you, the Hard Part 6, like, Drake is rapping on that shit. It's just that there's some things that, yeah, he's rapping well, but it's kind of like when J. Cole dropped that Kendrick diss and we were like, you're rapping good, but it's not believable. Like, there's just certain things that you can't really put in raps and make it sound good. Be like, oh, yeah, I don't like kids. Like, like that shit just wasn't working. But I do think Drake's pen got, Drake got back to damn near prime lyrical Drake bag when he was forced to, and I know this firsthand because he told me, he's like, nigga, I'm in the embassy. I'm writing every day. During the battle, nigga was writing every day, just locked in. 16, 17, 18 hours a day, just like getting ready for whatever could come. Shit, that's the nigga who, number one, he's doing it for his legacy, right? Like he want to give his fans something to brag about, something to hang their hat on, but also he know who he's going up against. So like he's fine tuning everything, and shit. You know what's so funny? You know how Kendrick be like, yo, how many stocks you really got in stock? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 plus 5. Like Kendrick got more diss songs. I never asked Drake this, but I'm pretty sure he got more songs that we never heard. Like these guys are probably like, it's no way that the songs that we heard were all the songs recorded. Like these guys are probably like cutting up a lot of songs. Now, will we probably hear pieces of them, or will they repurpose those songs? Probably yes, if they're decent or good. But yeah, like I don't know if this line was talking about tapping back into your magic pen is what is imperative, but I do think Drake tapped back into his pen, and I like that. And I'm excited for Drake's next project coming off the heels of that. Also, I'm excited for Kendrick's next project too. Reminding these folks of why we do it, It's not for beef, and it's for speaking our thoughts, pushing ourselves, reaching the charts. Reaching your minds deep in your heart, screaming to find emotions to touch something inside to open you. Yeah, now all of this right here is bullshit. This is that J. Cole bullshit right here. Like that's that finger snapping, incense candle shit, sage in the room type of bullshit. Fuck no, man. These niggas doing it for the bread, the money, the prestige. They're doing it like the gladiators did it back in the day. They're doing it to be number one. Okay? So it's not about, we just rap to express ourselves. Fuck no. These guys want to be the best. This is competitive. It's a blood sport when it really gets like that. And J. Cole, that's not your style. Cool. But at the top of the top, it's always been a blood sport. We've never seen somebody get to the number one spot by everybody handing to them. They usually got to take somebody out, take a couple shots, or force a nigga to bow out that spot. That's how it goes. You got to have the people kick out the king and make you the new king. You got to challenge the king, and sometimes the king just steps down or he says, you know what, you got it. But it's always been like that. Feel me? Did I miss something? I see people spamming me. Yo, Drama TV. I said I think Cole rapping better than both of them right now. But the guy who's number one rarely has it been the actual best rapper. Like, come on. Like, y'all don't think the guy who we're saying is number one is just pure by bars the best rapper, right? Like, this is a whole culmination of things. Success, hit songs, willpower, demeanor, influence, power. Like, if it was just bars, nigga Black Thought would have been ran the fucking game for years. Nigga Black Thought runs circles around all these goddamn niggas rapping wise. But is he number one? No, nigga. The fuck? Like, again, rapping wise, I think J. Cole in the last, I want to say, year and a half has rapped better than Kendrick and Drake. But is he number one? No. He don't got that willpower. It's like, respectfully, it's like my man KD. KD got all the skills. Come on. We all know KD more talented than LeBron. The fuck? LeBron just built like a 6'9" gargoyle who could jump from the fucking three-point line. He looked like some nigga out of Space Jam. That's why the nigga's so fucking great. But just skill-wise, shooting, just basketball, like, come on, bro. Like, KD's more, like, just basketball talent-wise. But LeBron's physically more gifted. He's smarter. He's worked on certain shit that's helped him over time. And he has, no matter what, even when they say the nigga ain't clutch, he do got that dog in him. Gotta keep it a bean. Yo, you put Allen Iverson's willpower and KD got 10 rings. Facts. And I love KD. So I hope he don't get mad when he sees this, but for real. For real. Anyway. All right. Let me run this back real quick. And let me go blow my nose real quick, too. I don't know why I'm like stuffy now and shit. My nose running. I'm gonna go back a little bit. By the way, thank you guys for the donations. Sheeny Beanie, thank you for the $5 with super chat. I'm guessing this is she. She says, J. Cole and his beta rhymes. In less than a year, he went from being so excited to be in a big three to have his title stripped, and now he's feeling free? Boo! Okay. Bozo says he's talking about Zach Bia and Twitter bots. Oh, so you think the Twitter bots thing is addressed to Drake? Oh, okay. Or you're saying, okay, all right. Queenie Smith, thank you for the 5 through super chat. She says, let's be clear. Cole called Dot out when he says, if everyone's steppers, then fuck it. Everyone's breakfast. And I'm about to clean up my plate. Oh, yeah, that is true. I literally did forget that J. Cole must have been off that Henny when he was doing this because he was talking so much shit. He forgot he dissed that nigga. He says, right here when he says, this is after he says, the Spider-Man meme is me looking at Drake. It's like we recruited your homies to be demon deacons. We got him attending your wake. Hate out the game got away from bars, man. This shit like a prison escape. Everybody steppers, well, fuck it, then everybody breakfast. I'm about to clear my plate. God damn it, what the fuck? Am I allergic to some shit? Okay. Yeah. You this Kendrick. Yeah, I thought Kendrick dissed him first, but he bigged up Kendrick too, though. God damn. Sorry, Jack. It says, love when they argue the hardest MCs that K-Dot is the arbiter of me. We the big three like we started the league, but right now I'm feeling like Muhammad. Yeah, he did. He bigged him up here, but then it looked like he kind of shitted on him here. Everybody steppers. Obviously, we know that Kendrick dropped the Mr. Morale in the Big Steppers album, right? Which is his last project. So he uses like a flip of the Dead Presidents, right? Which we all know. I'm up the presidents who represent me, right? Like we all know that Jay-Z song. It has that riff, you know, it has those keys, like that's the backdrop of this entire track. Obviously we do know portion or like a arm from or a branch from a tree of Jay-Z is gonna be J. Cole. By the way, one of the most introspective songs, if you ask me. This along with Can I Live, right? You know, obviously you have Dead Presidents 1 and also motherfucking 2. Yeah, so clearly, I don't know. I still like the song. You know what I mean? I think we just got to accept Cole for who he is, man. He's non-confrontational. He wants everybody to get along. He's the type of guy, like, guys, why do we have to fight? Like, he's one of those type of people. You know what I mean? He one of them niggas who like, yeah. Yeah, he's a guy that don't see no reason for nobody to not get along. But I do think this song, I kind of like it. I absolutely like it. What are y'all saying about it? I think I could possibly play, let me see. You'll hear the riff, like. Hold on. Here we go. Right here, you hear the. Yeah, it basically took the top notes. Yeah, it took that down note it took as well. Yeah, it took the top. It took the first couple notes of the loop. Anyway, you said what? Go to where? You said Cole diss Drake on First Person Shooter too? Well, we also got to realize him saying he thinks he's the best isn't really dissing. That's him just popping shit. If we. Okay. Hold on. Give me 1 second. Give me 1 second. We're not spending all night on this. I'm looking up this. Okay. Oh, by the way, you also put this up on YouTube. Yeah, this is doing numbers. All right, cool. Obviously, this is a precursor, we have to believe, to his next album, which he's announced for a long time ago, and we know it's gonna come. It's gonna be called The Fall Off. So it appears that maybe he's gonna drop soon. Do I think he's gonna drop for this year? Nah, I think everybody's gonna come next year. I think next year is gonna be a golden year, and if you thought the rap battles were done this year, I actually anticipate that most of the smoke we're going to see next year. I think Drake is gonna drop a project next year. I think Kendrick is dropping his project next year, and I think Cole is gonna drop a project next year. So next year is going to, again, maybe we don't get like battles again, but there's still gonna be some jostling for, these legacy points and position on who's the top rapper, who's the big three, or not big three, but who's the best or whatever the case is. So I still think we're gonna see this kind of continue to play out. You get what I'm saying? Okay. All right. We'll double back to this if there's anything else that comes up. I think we read through the lyrics, at least the second verse. That was the major part of the song. It also feels like this could have been a song that